Hey folks, a quick update on the Lumintop GT Nano. I've done a review on this light and it did very well. I liked it a lot. I've been using it a lot. As you can see, I've already dropped it. Look, dinky little light, but it also relies on this dinky little 80 milliamp hour battery, which creates a consideration to do with the run times. Now, the only way we can get around that is with the 10440 and find a tube that fits the 10440, a thread that fits the light. This is the Lumintop AAA tool, and that all seems to fit, but it doesn't work. And the reason for that is not only has it got to be correctly threaded, but this part here has to make a connection with this gold in it out of there. Otherwise, as we've seen, it doesn't work. Now this particular light, the Night Fox Mini K3, pretty decent little AA light in its own right. In fact, let me digress. Also works with a 10440. Just a pretty little decent AA light on its own. But getting back to the point, it fits our GT Nano. Doesn't look too bad aesthetically either, and of course more importantly, it works. Now, some of the things that I read online about doing this was that it gets instantly hot on its turbo mode, which I'm in its highest mode now, and I can say it doesn't. The other thing that I'd read was that the LED will turn blue and imminently fail thereafter. I haven't found that to be the case either. The one thing I did kind of wonder about though is, in fact I wondered when we were using this battery, you know, if I just leave it running as I did on the test then, am I going to overdrain a 10440 and essentially ruin it if I'm not careful? When you're using a 10440 and something like this, you know, don't over discharge and you just ruin your battery. But I don't know whether that's going to be the case in this Lumintop. So what I'm deliberately going to do is try and ruin a battery. I'm going to put a 10440 in it for two reasons. So first of all, I'll show you that heat isn't an issue, and then secondly, I'll just run it, and then we'll test the battery when we finish to see whether the light will protect the battery or not. Let's see. Nine minutes 30 in, folks. It hasn't, and it's not getting stupidly hot. The temperature regulation has been kicking in. I don't think you'll have noticed it on the video, but I can notice it was happening, and that it's been slowly dropping itself down as the temperature rises. And you might have seen me doing what I'm going to do now, which is keep on turning it back up to full again. I think it's handling it and running pretty well, and looking after itself in terms of the heat. I knew there wouldn't be a problem with that, to be honest with you. What I'm actually trying to do is see whether the battery survives. I'm not worried about the torch. Let's leave it going. We're down to 2.84 volts now, and we really shouldn't go below 3 volts. 3 volts is pushing it, so it's gone below that. So I don't think I'd advise going to bed leaving this light on by mistake. I daren't push it anymore. I think I'll be a little bit more cautious, and when you start seeing those rapid blinks and the rapid drops in powers, that's your time to get your battery changed out. Don't let them go as low as this 2.84. This battery that I've got now, this will be disposed of after this. Look at the internal resistance now, 142. So no, we shan't be using that one again. And fresh battery in there. No blue LED, no overheating. But you saw me checking the voltages there as we went on, and I took it down to 2.84 volts, and I really wouldn't want to take it any further than that. And anything 3 volts and below, you're pushing your luck then. So I wouldn't rely on the light to protect the battery, other than those repeated battery indicator warnings that you were getting. And I think you'd agree there. I mean, I really pushed it. The battery wasn't fully charged in the first place, and I really pushed it and blatantly ignored all the warnings the light was giving me. So I think that's fine, although I wouldn't want to go in bed leaving it switched on at night.